morning, Gators.
And welcome back to another edition of Swamp Talk.
I'm Tori.
And I'm Story.
Today's Wednesday, September 20th.
A 9/11 tribute since it was overlooked due to Hurricane Irma, and finally
But first, a few announcements.
Friday, September 22nd, there will be a varsity game at Sun Lake High School.
The theme this year for homecoming is Gasparilla Pirate Invasion, and homecoming week begins on the 23rd. Colors are red, black, and metallic. Seniors, your senior pictures must still be taken and turned in by September 29th, or you will have a blank spot in the yearbook.
Remember, seniors, you have one more chance to take the pictures at school on September 21st. You must sign up by calling the Leonard's phone number at 888-224-5045.
The end of quarter one will remain the same, and posting all distributing dates for quarter one report cards will not change, but progress reports dates will shift by 1 week. Progress reports will go home on September 22nd.
The CEC field trip, originally scheduled for Monday, September 18th, has been rescheduled for Monday, September 25th. All other information is the same. See Coach King if you have any questions.
Boys interested in soccer, Coach S will remain in the Commons during lunches this Thursday, Friday, for sign-ups. Conditioning begins October 22nd.
Girls, weightlifting tryouts will be held on October 9th at 2:30 in the weight room. Conditioning begins on Tuesday, September 26th at 2:30 in the weight room.
All paperwork must be submitted to Mr. Frump, the athletic director, prior to trying out or participating in conditioning.
The United States Department of Agriculture has released school lunch regulations so that the schools impacted by Hurricane Irma can make sure all children have fed nutritious meals.
All students in Pasco County schools will receive free school meals provided by USDA's National School Lunch Program throughout October 20th.
Meal choices may be limited due to the availability and will not follow the published menu. Limited a la carte items may still be available for purchase.
Hey guys, we have a game this Friday. Come out and support. The kickoff at 7:30, and it's a wide out. Bring everyone.
At Sun Lake, baby. Motor Bowl, let's get it.
And now for the 9/11 tribute.
Monday was 9/11. On that day, 2,996 people were killed and 2,000 people were injured during the attacks on the Twin Towers in New York on September 11th in 2001.
At 8:46 a.m., hijackers aboard American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower. Later, at 9:02 a.m., after being told not to evacuate, Port Authority orders evacuation of the South Tower. Sadly, 1 minute later, United Airlines Flight 175 crashes into the South Tower. After all flights, tunnels, and bridges were closed in New York, American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the western facade of the Pentagon in Washington, D.C.
For the first time in history, the FAA grounds all flights over or bound in the U.S. At 9:59 a.m., the South Tower collapses. 8 minutes later, brave passengers attempt to retake control of the American Airlines Flight 93. In response to this revolt, the hijackers purposely crashed the plane in a field in Pennsylvania. This would end up being the final attack on this day. And finally, at 10:28 a.m., 102 minutes after being struck, the North Tower collapses. This day's events captured America's attention so much so that every news station took over every single channel for 93 hours straight.
September 15, 2017 at around 8:20 a.m., an explosion occurred on a District Line train at Parsons Green Tube Station in London, England. 30 people were treated in hospital or in an urgent care center, mostly for burn injuries. The incident is being treated by the Metropolitan Police as a terrorist attack. A homemade bomb exploded on an eastbound District Line train at Parsons Green Tube Station in West London. The District Line train was packed with commuters and school children. Witnesses described seeing a fireball on the rear carriage of the train. Numerous passengers were reported to have suffered flash burns. Others received crash injuries in the rush to leave the scene. According to the Amaq news agency, ISIS claimed that an affiliated unit of the Islamic State carried out the attack. On September 16, police announced that a suspect had been arrested in the port of Dover on suspicion of a terror offense. Police also arrested a 21-year-old man on the same day in Hounslow, West London, and were searching a house in Stanwell, Surrey, in connection with the attack. The 21-year-old was later to be reported Yahya Farrow, a Syrian refugee originally from Damascus who arrived in the UK about 2013, and the 18-year-old to be an Iraqi orphan refugee.
In a statement after the incident, British Prime Minister Theresa May said, "My thoughts are with those injured at Parsons Green and the emergency services who, once again, are responding swiftly and bravely to a suspected terrorist incident." Thankfully, this was not a fatal incident, and London hospitals have been doing everything they can to care for those affected by the attack. The UK terror threat level has been lowered to severe after being raised to critical, its highest level following Friday's attack. We send our love and support out to the cities and families affected by this devastation.
Hey guys, we have a game this Friday. Come out and support. The kickoff at 7:30, and it's a wide out. Bring everyone.
At Sun Lake, baby. Motorboat, let's get it.
Tune in next time for another edition of Swamp Talk.